How does that, like, clear her of her lie before? Just because she redoes her testimony, she gets a redo?
Yeah.
She's claiming she just forgot.
I like to imagine perjury is just like a $10 fine in the Ace Attorney universe.
If he was wearing the costume, how would his fingerprints be on the knife?
Good question. Unless maybe like metal arm. Once he takes the metal thing off, he doesn't wear a glove now. Would you please get on with your testimony?
Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take with your elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs.
What?
A striking figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the nickel Samari.
She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears.
What's he saying right now? Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket?
Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and just stick to the facts. Okay! You promise, right? Right. I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
Remind me to send you a thank you note later. To Edgeworth, old chum. And why would that be?
That way no one could see his face, of course.
But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more.
You're such an annoying child. You know that? You disagree with everything I say.
Isn't that what you're always doing to me?
I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show?
Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly jester thing.
That included the Jammin' Ninja?
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
I see.
Well, anyway. I feel like her voice is getting more and more demented as my throat gets rougher.
So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai?
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw in the towel yet?
You don't need to think too hard on this one.
She'll just say the same thing she always says. Look for a weakness in her testimony.
There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us.
Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay.
Like, she never says anything different. She just says, there's a contradiction somewhere, better look for it.
Would you want to say, present evidence X on statement Y?
She should just say, like... She should just say it quickly. She doesn't have to go through the whole dialogue tree. Like, there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere.
That is annoying after a while, though.
Be less annoying.
There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere.
I cost myself a life for no reason.
Please take a look at this!
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to the case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? And whose car?
If Mr. Augard
Just
was...
loves great dad jokes.
If Mr. Augard was really in the nickel samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all the fingerprints on the knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nico Samurai. Wears gloves, doesn't he?
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while dressed as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent of murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Augard was the killer, and if that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. This knife, this was used by Mr. Augard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he would have brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Torda.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means Mr. Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from one supposition. And one more thing. The murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder. Then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over, like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide the identity and mislead us.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? Was it to hide the murder method? Or to frame Matt on guard?
Find out next time. Same bat place.
Frame? That seems most likely.
Coward's way.
Nate already started it, so...
It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
We should just start a rule in the next game that we can't save until we beat the game. To frame...
Aren't you forcing the interpretation a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Ugh. Ugh.
Witness! Did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Onguard and the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai.
Why is Phoenix playing dumb? He knows everything going on.
Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct, witness?
Ha! 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 The way you think, you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Maybe. What am I an amateur of?
This old bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Coroner.
Maybe, Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
If this is who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldback, you were waiting around for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Maya!
This brings us to one karma.
Little powers! The dead lady. That'd be like the weirdest way to bring that up. This lady who killed herself 2 years ago! Who is this person that you have brought to my attention?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Onguard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Brought up the newspaper Phoenix tried to show earlier.
It's this horrible tabloid he was showing us earlier.
Oh, this is... Well, this is...
Why did you have to deliver it that way?
Oh! I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
Kind of. Wow.
Isn't this manager with the initials AA? Are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witnesses thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Yes, I can.
Witness? What in the world? Are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I think the eyes made Missy sick.
What?
She started looking up in the eyes and now she's coughing.
To be fair, they make me sick too. I don't know why you haven't changed your desktop yet.
Because I have to wait till April.
I got some information, some very juicy information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed?
I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Okay, then. Witness, please testify about the secret information.
Get ready. This is gonna take the wind out of you youngins.
Casey, don't jump.
What are you worried about, Mitzi?
I don't want her to jump up on my desk. She wants to keep acting what she wants to do.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
What is that sound?
Her gun thing.
Oh. I thought the HDMI was like having a freak out or something.
That On Guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
The defendant sent in his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court!
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter, and we found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine.
Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right! On Guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Nikki, do you identify with old bag?
Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire.
We won't burn you, Mitzi.
Time to fire up the afterburns and hit the highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, that line really loses its impact when Phoenix like pauses midway through. Doesn't sound like he's like excited to burn old bag.
He was sharing with the judge's meds.
Do I have any statement that proves that someone else knows about it?
Hey, scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days?
No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much.
Well, that On Guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. I hate Monopoly. It's a terrible game.
Didn't I just press on that?
You don't have any proof that Mr. Ongard did any such thing.
You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right.
You're right. I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about you.
The idea that we've had that Phoenix says all this out loud, that just sounds like he threatened someone's turning him over.
All right then, Sonny. Show me what you got. Can you show me proof that On Guard didn't bear ill will towards Juan?
What are you doing down there? Why is Phoenix going through his entire desk?
He's trying to find evidence.
Yeah.
This is evidence that maybe what's-her-name had something against them. It's not really evidence showing that On Guard specifically didn't have any negative feelings towards them.
Isn't that kind of the same thing, though?
I don't know, this case is pretty particular.
Hey, but yes.
You got their life, might as well chance it.
I'm not gonna let you push me around that easily.
There's many a man who said those exact words and paid dearly for them.
Well, maybe you should brace yourself this time.
It only cost me half a point, too.
Here's my proof that Mr. Oddcard did not hold any ill will toward the victim.
Don't know that this is really evidence that.
Look at this suicide report.
Jared.
I mean, like, I don't know what else is there.
Yeah, I don't have anything else, so might as well.
Is that it? You can take it from here, Edgy Poo. What are you handing it over to me for? So you can give that jagged-headed baboon boy a message for me, please. Tell him that no matter what he does, the only thing he's good at is failing.
She's just transforming into the devil.
What she said, right? Or should I say, baboon boy?
Her voice just keeps getting more and more destroyed. Yes, I agree. This isn't much of a piece of evidence, baboon boy. Did I just gain a new nickname here?
And you are lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want. Silly baboon boy.
Me and my big mouth.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you anyway, baboon boy.
I don't think I have anything else that would have worked there.
So what do you mean by I took action?
Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a lesson. Something you young'uns don't understand.
You were going to teach her a good lesson?
I was gonna make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this.
Stop!
Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night.
He came back in all scared.
Wait!
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet? If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret piece of information? So no one is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Old Bag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop it!
Witness! I hate to say it, but this is quite how you came to acquire that secret info, isn't it? The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Photographer.
Oh, yes. I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
Ah, that's it. That's the note.
No! You see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy!
Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of Juan's. That's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with the evil On Guard. She said so herself. On Guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she'd written. Edgy-poo, you believe me, don't you? Grr! I was only trying to help, like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook it just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness! You said the only thing that you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can. That's all.
You're lying! Darn it! And I could prove it!
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag! I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night!
Stole the camera too, wasn't it? But didn't we already, like, establish that? I don't know why I need to do this.
Miss Oldbag! That note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
Camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stingo for her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie, this is $800. Excuse me. Camera disappeared on me.
Why? Why, witness?
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too.
Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
That's it.
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she was taking. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Bailiff! Check this camera's photos! Hurry! We must examine them at once! Bailiff! Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai!
See, I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does all of this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo, by itself, does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ongard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that's the case, then the Nickel Samurai is
The defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We've examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree with the photo?
Do you agree with the photo?
If I agree with the photo, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here, and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy.
My life is in jeopardy, technically.
I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's... There's nothing strange with this photo.
I have done nothing to alter this picture either, in case you're wondering, right?
I see. It seems the defense will rest on this matter. In that case, there's no... Is that it?
Is this really all right with you, Phoenix?
Well, there's nothing wrong with the photo that I could point.
Try again. Take another look at it. And if you still don't see anything, do something, anything to prolong the trial.
Yes, Chief.
Are you sure, Phoenix? I'm about to end this case.
Wait, Your Honor!
Really giving him
What is it now, Mr. Wright?
leeway.
I'm about to enter my verdict. Please address me with your comment afterwards.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, but this can't wait.
Oh, let me guess, you're going to point out some peculiarity with this photo.
What? Why didn't you say so earlier when I asked you?
There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk the photo, even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with the bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
I can imagine Phoenix laughing in the judge's face with canon.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, perhaps the bunker buster. You should only need one chance, right? Right?
Well, if I have to find something wrong with this photo, I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Focus. Let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Well, he's leaving the room.
He sees the cursor. I don't know what I'm looking for.
There's something strange somewhere around here, I think.
Somewhere.
Around here.
I think.
Am I seeing something you all are not?
Looks like there was no problem with the photo after all.
The problem was with that brain of the lawyer, Your Honor.
Wait!
You are the one who let your last chance fly away. It's enough! Phoenix,
Let's say it again.
Debunk with debunk with the bunker buster.
It's hard for you to say without laughing now.
Debunk with the bunker buster.
Does not have his sword or anything. It's the person here, of course.
You mean the Nickel Samurai? What is wrong with that?
At the time of the murder, Mr. On-Guard was in his own room. Which means the Nichols...
If you think that's all it takes, you should reconsider your choice of occupation. I think it's about time you retired.
What? How did I get it wrong?
Wait! I would like to direct the court's attention to this area right here.
What are you pointing to this time? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what is that supposed to mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On-Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the Hakuma.
I mean, really, he's not even 100% right. He's standing in a wide pose, which would stretch the fabric. His socks! You can see his socks!
Exactly! However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his Hakama up, just above it to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much older than the defendant. Or shorter.
What?
Alright, I think I finally turned things around for myself.
Missile bag.
Apparently. That's curious.
Huh? What is?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack, then I haven't damaged his case at all.
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in the photo is not Matt On Guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has just become meaningless!
I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt On Guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who's the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think?
Yeah, why is he so tall?
Mr. Wright, Let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in the photograph? I know exactly why it's short.
I know exactly who this is.
It's obviously Pearl!
Yeah.
Sit down, Seth.
It's the monkey from that other.
The monkey! Money the monkey! Adrian Andrews?
If you want to know who that nickel samurai is, it is none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short.
I see.
And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ondard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ondard that night.
How does all of that add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ondard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon.
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright?
I have told you I have to do this now? This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corda. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Is his name Juan Corrida, or is it Juan Corrida, or is it Juan Corrida?
What?
I've heard it. I've pronounced it Juan Corrida. Nate pronounces it Juan Corrida or Corrida. But I assumed he's supposed to be like Spanish, so it'd be like Juan Corrida.
Yeah, that's probably his market.
Just have everyone pronounce it differently.
Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
this court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews.
You can't say subpoena and yet you're a judge.
A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will have to go on for another day.
One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. I have to do something. The trial must go on. But I don't have anything left. No evidence, no nothing.
Now then, court will adjourn.
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to the unexpected development.
Tisk, tisk. Unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to Miss Andrews
It's
is all...
so easy now, is it, Edgeworth?
It's all happening according to plan. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ms. Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Ms. Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly.
Okay. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time. I want to go eat a banana. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
This episode was brought to you by bananas.
To be continued next time on